Hey folks, I'm Chaz.
And I'm Dan. Welcome to Wine and Serious Business, episode 318. Very excited again. Thank you so much, all of you guys, for all the shares on the last show.
Yeah, the love out of the last show.
We've been asking you to like and comment all these years. It's been a huge mistake. Please keep sharing the show. It's been getting the numbers up like we've never seen any other time. Yeah. Personal thanks going out to Seth Morgan Long and Crowley for sharing that amongst your friends. It brought a lot of new people to the blog. You might not think it's a big deal, but it really does. We really see this difference. So thanks for sharing that. Vic, our friend Vic Petrov, thanks for liking the show. Philip Chappell, Reed Oliver, Dave Urick, Randy Barrett, all these great folks. Beth and May shares, likes from people we've never talked to before. So thanks for getting that out there.
Boost that drink, baby.
Yeah, thanks for just hitting us up, talking about these wines, sharing the content. Thank you so much for watching. So we're back with some more Oregon wines, obviously.
Well, we love to do what you love to see.
Pinot Noir.
Pinot Noir.
How you been feeling about Pinot Noir lately, Matt?
Dank means. I always like Pinot Noir. I only have like 45% of my Cellars Pinot Noir. So.
Yeah. And current favorites?
Arterberry is always like...
I was
that's like my favorite roaster, right? And so, Arterberry, Crowley, Cameron, the usual suspects. Walter Scott, killing it, of course. So that boy.
So all 14s today, all getting up towards the higher end stuff. This is all right around $40.
Yeah, I think so. Was the Omero in that price?
It's a little less, I think, but it's still it's.
I think the Grochau's a little less too. I think it's like in the mid 30s.
Sure, but anyway, it's in that neighborhood. These definitely aren't your entry, super entry level Oregon Pinot Noirs, but good producers behind all of them. You guys know John Grochau. He's been on the show many times before.
Yep.
One of the Willamette Valley's nice guys. Has worked with a lot of different people. He's been at it for quite a few years now.
Mm-hmm. And we've had wines from the Lee's Vineyard a few times as well. Yeah. Some other producers, Seven of Hearts makes a really good one that we've liked.
I like that one.
Yeah, and so anytime I see a Lee's Vineyard bottling, I'm super pumped to try it. I didn't even know John made this wine until I was helping him put labels on the wine one time while I was out in the valley.
Is this just bottle? Is this like...
No, it's not just bottle. Okay. So it was in bottle, and sometimes they don't have the labels ready yet. So then they basically bottle them because the bottling truck's there. And then they relabel them the next time the bottling.
Oh, so these were these just got freshly labeled.
Correct. So
a few of you out there know how much work that is. He was telling me that story.
Yeah.
Shahela knows, because you know too. So.
All right.
Yeah.
Kind of a rich nose.
Yeah, straight up cherry up on that, right? Chocolate cherries.
Big Pinot Noir. It reminds me of
cherries.
It's crazy. It's kind of a nostalgic thing. It reminds me of stuff I had in 2002. Way back when, it's like setting off memories. Which
what about cool. It? Just kind of the rich fruit aromas.
I think that just that the fruit's a little riper and that it's on the darker side, right? Like those dark cherries kind of jumping out of the glass.
Yeah, it's not as dirty and funky as like a lot of like
definitely not funky.
Sound, but like super just like punch you in the face.
John will probably see this. John, was this whole cluster? Because this smells like sort of, you get some of the sort of stemminess or sort of a stemmy note out of it a little bit.
I can see that. That's another thing, man. We got responses from winemakers on the process involved in the wines, letting us know where we were right and where we were wrong. That's great. That. Yeah, I love that info. So, and if you haven't been watching the videos on Facebook, go check that out. That's where these interactions happen.
Yeah. But just at first glance, like good cherry aromas, somewhat dark fruited. A little bit herbaceous, or like the stemmy sort of thing is offering like a little bit of like a green herbaceous note. It smells really nice,
but it's not super tight like a lot of like things this new sometimes can be. Right.
Right.
It's like still like it's like approachable. It's not like
absolutely
you're just sometimes it just stings the top of your nose, but this is pretty
good shit.
Good place right now.
It smells good.
Delivers
smooth, juicy on the palate. Yeah, that cherry fruit really comes through. A little bit of those stems you're talking about, like you bite a little bit of the cherry pit, you get a little bit of that
astringency kind of.
Yeah, a little bit of that tannic edge on there.
And it's interesting too because the acid's like way in the back of the palate too. At the end, it's just like it doesn't really like hit you up front. Just kind of hits you right there at the very end as you swallow, and so.
Yep. Oh man. Yeah, strong sort of cherry, raspberry sort of flavors. Really just like the strong initial hit of those, right?
And up front, the cherries, I thought, I was like, maybe there's a little candified thing going on here that I don't dig into it, but I kind of love it. As soon as I really take the swallow of the wine, that just goes away, and it's just full, complex fruit. Mm-hmm. The raspberries, I think you're dead on with really full acidity and structure in the middle. I think for those of you who like your Pinot Noirs, on the bigger side in the comprehensive sense, not like big, juicy, flabby, bigger, but just just more full in every direction. This brings it.
It's like a Valentine's Day chocolate commercial, is what it tastes like. You know, you see those like images of like commercials of like, you know, raspberries falling into chocolate sauce and like those super rich visuals. That's like what it tastes like.
You get the chocolateness on the palate as well.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's probably just like residual from the nose, but like it's sort of like you get that reminiscence, that like same lusciousness and that like mouthfeel, but then the chocolate really on the nose itself. So.
Okay. Yeah, like the fruit profile. I mean, it's really just fruitiness to me on the palate. Like there's a bit of the stemminess you brought up, but it sort of ends like almost like grapefruity, like sort of like ruby red citrus, strong acid on the very tail end of the finish. Has sort of a long progression. It is just a touch hot in the finish,
a little bit,
but not too distracting. But the flavors there are really compelling and complex and really quite nice.
There's something like luscious about it. Like it's not like rich on the palate by any means, but it has some sort of like just like smoothness that it feels like.
It's
just
like a mouthfeel, right?
Yeah, super smooth. But not in a rich way.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, it's not too heavy, and I think the structural elements are really there, kind of keeping it a little tight, keeping it a little interesting. I feel like there will be a little integration of it. This isn't a wine that I'd be really interested in aging 10 years. I think this is in a good spot right now.
Giving it like maybe 1 or 2.
And like short-term evolution. And I feel the more I'm drinking it, it's interesting. I guess, you know, I've been at it for a little while, but now, but I do feel like the comparison with 2002 is kind of reasonable, like a warmer year.
Sure.
And just, in a really good spot, ready to drink right now. It's been fresh out of the gate.
I agree with that. I also agree with Matt. I think like 2-3 years on this will be awesome, right? Like this could age and integrate a little more.
It's
still drinking damn good right now. I really like that as acid on the finish.
Yeah.
So wine number 2. The second wine So wine number 2, we're pouring the Omero Cellars Willamette Valley Pinot Noir from 2014. One of the dankest. Matt. Dankest labels I've seen in a while. For some reason, I absolutely love the font and the placement of all the text on this. It looks good.
And a little story there. First off, a correction too. I was wrong about the price. This is more around $25, so a little cheaper than the other two we're tasting. But a little story behind this, and I think some history there that I felt like this was going to punch at the level of the other wines. So you guys all know Chad Stock, right?
Yeah.
Worked with Johan for quite a few years. And has been making Minimus on the side his whole time, and he's kept that going. He became the head winemaker for Omero a few years ago, and when the new label changed, those are the wines that he was involved in.
Awesome.
So that's the way you can see that these are biodynamically farmed, and they list all the ingredients on the front right there, which is something that people, you know, that natural wine devotees or whatever, people get excited about talking about that. But Chad is probably one of the most committed people I know to staying true to the fruit sources, paying a ton of attention to farming, being really careful, you know, with what he does in the cellar, and being really honest with everything that he makes.
True.
And so I haven't tried the Omero Pinot Noir yet. It's on the shelf and was really excited about it. But he's definitely one of the names to watch in the Willamette Valley.
For sure.
And we're gonna taste the 2014
killer
right now.
This second.
Good aromatics here too, definitely on the lighter side, more towards the raspberry side than the cherries.
A little bit more dirt McGirt on this one. A little bit funkier.
A little bit of earthiness to it. It's definitely more like Oregon berries, blackberry, raspberry, strawberry than sort of cherry, like the typical cherry aroma that you get.
I wonder if this comes through this.
It's not going to. So, I wish I could take a photograph, turn the camera around right now.
Cat's just trying to get through right now.
Cat begging to get in, but a little bit of stemmy character going on here too.
A little bit, yeah. Definitely the earthiness and the berry bouquet are like what stick out to me most. And it smells fantastic.
Oh yeah. So different than the last one.
Wow. Yeah, way different.
Way richer on this one for sure.
Really?
Like, I mean, I get a lot of the fruit, but it's like bigger, richer fruits, right? The other one was more like light but luscious at the same time. Yeah, this one just like pounds you in the face, like hits you. Not like rich and fatty, but again, like just powerful.
Yeah. No, there's definitely like way more intensity of flavor here.
It's very full bodied again,
right. I wouldn't say like it's like a big dark wine where it's blanketing, like full bodied that way. It's more full just like in intensity of flavor and like maybe acid and stuff like that.
Like sticking a blackberry patch up in your mouth.
Yeah, straight up like berry patch. It definitely has a little bit of flavor of like slightly underripe, like blackberries, and not like bad underripe. Like this is, it's still juicy and kind of delicious, but it has just a touch of sourness to it.
Yep. Edging towards the raspberries. It's got a real good sense of weight on the palate. I think too.
Nice and light.
And when I take like a small sip and kind of just let it sit and dissipate, I'm really getting some really nice like rose and like floral flavors and some really good delicate complexity there. This is definitely on, drifting towards the more acidic side, definitely a little more crisp.
Yep.
But
much more in the front of the palate for sure than this one.
Yeah. But good nuance.
And right on the center.
Good complexity.
Pretty light on tannin. Would you agree? I mean, it definitely doesn't. Even after you do the multiple sip test where you take a couple back to back, and it really doesn't grip the cheeks much at all. Like sort of light and sort of easy drinking on that aspect. Like if you like your high acid wines, like not too much grip. I can see a lot of people actually really enjoying this style. Oh yeah. I find it super enjoyable to drink now.
Yeah, just go to drink now.
I think this is ready to go right out of the gate.
Right. So yeah, the stemminess is like, it's not as like, I mean, this one is not like unintegrated or like, too young by any means. It's just this one will do better with just a little bit of time. This one is good to go now, and I mean, maybe you could age it, don't know, but
I think it'd age fine.
Yeah, it'd probably age fine, but like right now it's just spot on.
And John said that he usually does look for a little more tannic structure in almost all the wines that he makes, and I think that shows. Okay.
That's true.
Yeah. But this is really nice, and I think it definitely rewards you best if you take smaller sips and contemplate it too. Like if you're just kind of drinking casually and not thinking about it too much, I think you kind of miss some of the good complexity going on there.
Dan's still working on his, so I'm gonna
tiny splash.
Taking small sips and thinking about them, just like I was saying.
Dumb.
Little strawberry. That's all right.
Yeah. Sip and smile.
Yeah.
Sip and smile. What they used to call the, so when in past life, I worked with Starbucks a lot, and internally everybody made fun of Folgers as the moment where you sip and smile.
Sure.
And so, it's all this.
A lot of yogurt like that too, right? All the yogurt commercials.
Yeah, just make you smile.
Okay. But this is good stuff, and I kind of like these two provide a good contrast to each other.
Agreed.
And I think are definitely starting to tell the story of 2014 as the warmer, riper vintage it was. Not that it was hot, but it was long, and people could get as much ripeness as they wanted in both of these. And that's not something we've had in a lot of in the last 5 years. So it's I don't know, definitely kind of sticking in my brain of like, oh, this is fruit at ripeness levels people really wanted.
Yeah, I agree with that. One thing I think this is at $25 a bottle or whatever you said. The price point's mid-20s, completely reasonable.
Bang deal.
As far as price point, I would not hesitate to purchase this. If I were out, needed a bottle of wine.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, and at that price, it might be showing up on like restaurant list or something like that too. Would be good.
Yeah, very good.
Good chance to pick it up. On to wine number 3.
Killer juice. Yeah.
Big Table Farm, some lovely folks from the Valley. If you're watching this show, pretty sure you've heard about them before. But Brian and Claire have been doing great stuff. Kind of really living their dream. It's been great to see as the years have gone by. That you see their mailing list every year, but their public events.
That's a Big Table Farm wine just by the rinse itself.
BTF.
Yeah. Public events are pretty rare. They're fun to visit if you go out to get the chance, but I think they sell almost everything they make through their mailing list now. And that's always been, it's great to see people getting to that point, because I think that's, a lot of independent winemakers would love to be there.
Terrible wine pour.
Making a mess on that label.
Yeah, this happens every time.
Claire illustrates the labels. They work together on the real farm. Definitely go visit them on a holiday weekend if you get a chance.
I still haven't got to get out there.
Oh man,
I know.
But so I get out there when I can, and I like to bring, when I taste through the one that strikes me, I like to bring them. This one made an impression on me in the tasting room. I'm really hoping it delivers.
I think it does.
It already.
All right, you feeling good?
Well, it's okay. Yeah.
Yes, Pelos, Sandberg, Willamette.
What's up with the nose?
This is that Oregon fucking stank right here. Just like straight up, just like burying your face in the Willamette Valley. That's like what it smells like.
Nice.
I mean, it's definitely got the sort of forest floor, sort of barnyard aroma, right? Like that's definitely there.
Not like a Brett barnyard, but
no,
yeah.
There's sort of the hay and
I can get it, yeah.
Cow pie a little bit, just a touch, right? It's definitely not like the old school DuPont stuff. Which was like straight up that sort of aroma, and just like muddy berries or something. I don't even know. Like,
and definitely plenty of fruit coming through on the palate there. Like, again, leaning towards the darker cherries, a little sour cherries.
But just like earth, man. That's just like what shines through here. It's just like straight up like It's like David Attenborough needs to narrate the nose of this thing.
There we go. Matt's providing commentary that we would never get around to. Have you watched many David Attenborough shows?
Oh, I love them.
Okay.
Planet Earth is the shit. Bleep.
Nizzle.
No, you're not getting bleep. It's the new line of serious business. Yeah.
So no bleeping these days.
The one thing I gotta bring this up. Yeah. One thing. So ever since I started drinking sour beer, I'm super sensitive to this like sort of aroma, or like there's just a touch of sourness to some nose.
I get a little bit, but
like it's got just like a touch of like something that you would get like out of a Cascade beer, like a fruit beer or something like that.
I mean, I can smell a little bit. It's not always a good thing in wine, right?
Sure.
But it doesn't faze me, but like
in this case, it doesn't faze me at all. It's like just a touch of it, and I like really like that added complexity of the nose.
Yeah, I was at a wedding last week at a winery in the Columbia Valley, which we shall remain nameless, and it was just like straight up yogurt on the nose, straight up, and it was just too much. This it doesn't deter at all. It's just a little bit there.
Yeah, just a little touch. Adds a little complexity to the nose. The mouthfeel on this is freaking awesome.
And that's what typically gets me with this wine.
Yeah, it's so good. Wow.
Holy shit.
Is again, just like the way it rests and kind of the evolution across the palate is just in a great spot. Good complex fruit. Leaning more towards blue fruits, I think. Get like little blueberries, maybe a little raspberry. Good sense of delicacy.
Good sense of ripeness too, without being sort of overripe in any way. It's a good sense of earthiness. The stemminess, there was no stemminess to me on the nose, but a little bit of that is coming through on the palate. A long progression and a long balanced progression into the finish. It lingers as far as the entire flavor. The flavors linger the entire time through the finish. The acid is just sort of around the edges, and it's just
long and slow dry on the acidity.
This is awesome.
Yeah, this is amazing.
This is a really good wine.
This can sit for some time.
Agreed.
That's for sure. This is one that's going to just get better with time. I think it's great now. But
it's great now. Drink a bottle now if you've got one.
What's the price on this?
This one's upper. Sorry.
I think upper 40s still
delivers.
I think
it's close to 50. I'm just going to say that. It's in that neighborhood. Yeah.
45 to $50. I would still probably buy a bottle or two to take home.
And I think this is like a really good, even marker of the kind of quality that I think all of us expect at that price point, right? A lot of our favorite wines come in. We don't drink wines like that, every week, but maybe once every other month we get into something like that. Mm-hmm. And because you can get this kind of quality out of it.
Thanks for sharing that. Yeah, Dan brought this one, wanted to line the show up. We almost built this show around this wine. And,
when I go out, when I taste stuff in the valley, I love to. I wish I was better at getting on the show right afterward to say this is the current release.
Go specific,
yeah. But it's always fun to visit it, and I'm glad.
You've had this wine. We've had this wine for a while. This one was in the log. We needed to get to it, and we finally did. And this is it delivered, man. Good wine.
Yeah,
on point. Mm-hmm. On fleek.
Delicious stuff. Get on their mailing list. Go out to their events. Yeah.
I would totally say. Almost blind. I'm at the point now. I don't drink a lot of Big Table Farm wines, mostly with Dan. I do have it out sometimes, drinking with other people. Big Table Farm is one of those producers that you could almost pick them out in a blind lineup.
Interesting. Okay.
To me, it's starting to become that way where I'm like, that tastes like a Big Table Farm wine. There's just something to the way that the oak usage, this, maybe like the sort of warmness, warm package it provides around roundness that it provides the fruit. There's something to it that's just distinct that you don't get in a lot of wine.
I think it's the mallow in it is it's just creaminess to it. I think in a way, it's kind of hard to describe. I think at least I don't know how much mallow is in here, but
when it comes to red wines, I don't understand the chemistry behind it on that point really well. I'm sure someone will probably pipe up and tell us exactly how it works. But
and correct me if I'm spitting bullshit, of course. So.
Yeah, same here. But there's just something to it that roundness and that sort of warmth provided with this complex package. It's like every Big Table Farm one I've tried.
Yeah. And with the funk too. That's the other thing with there. Is that signature funk.
Yeah. So killer.
Got more funk than James Brown.
No one has more funk than James Brown, you asshole.
James Big Table Farm Brown.
So another week of really nice wines. I kind of wish we were doing this on a Friday because I could.
We'd sit here and kill
I feel bad that I'm not going to drink the rest of all of these tonight. I don't say that. I guess that was true last week too. But that's not always true.
Yeah.
Yeah, wines are fantastic. We were having a fight, or I should say these two were having a fight right before we started the show.
It was a good one.
Which is going to turn into Chaz's question of the day.
He doesn't even want to ask it right now.
No, you go ahead, Matt. It's your
No.
question of the day. It's not my question of the day. It's Matt's question.
Okay. Given the new innovations taking place in mirrorless cameras, specifically as it pertains to medium format cameras, do you think that mirrored SLRs are dead?
And follow-up question, please chime in if any of you know what he was even talking about right there, because that question is pretty much meaningless to me.
Paul Cunningham is probably the only person that will respond to this.
Yeah,
maybe Justin Kent.
Yeah, maybe Justin Kent.
So anyway, that's 318. We'll be back next week.